So it is about 12:05 Monday, November 9th, and I rolled out of bed about a half an hour ago, and I decided I'm gonna make some YouTube videos without pants on today. I think this is probably one of the only jobs in the world besides probably like porn where you can do your job without wearing pants if you don't want to, but it's freezing in here. We will not talk about the shrinkage. But since Black Ops 3 came out, I've been streaming a little bit more, and if you guys have ever watched me on stream or anybody else, since you're sitting down for a long period of time, you get hungry. It's not like a normal job where you get lunch breaks. So out here in LA, they have this app. It's called Postmates, and you can order from popular restaurants, and they'll deliver the food for you. You can order like McDonald's, Burger King, Chipotle, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, and a dozen other restaurants, but it was about 2 in the morning. I was absolutely starving, and there was really nothing good open. There was nothing that had healthy options. So I had two choices. It was either McDonald's, which I worked there for many, many years, and I had no problem eating, or I could go with Chick-fil-A, which is a food that I haven't had in about 5 months since leaving the Optic House. The only problem with the Chick-fil-A is that it was like 7 miles away, and the further it is, the more the delivery fee is. So it turned out to be that there was a $27 delivery fee for Chick-fil-A on top of what you're already paying for the food. And I'm very comfortable with my financial situation, but $27 for delivering anything is insane. So I asked my stream, you think I should order? You think I should order? It's about 2 in the morning. I'm a little buzzed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was a little buzzed. Was drinking a little bit of Red Bull and vodka. So at that point, I was just like, fuck it. We're getting the Chick-fil-A, $27. I think the order came out to about 60 bucks. And I don't know how, but somehow I ended up with a gallon of freshly squeezed lemonade. It's been sitting here at my desk for like 3 days. I don't know what this is at the top. That's this like foamy material. I think it's like the sugar. I have no idea. This is disgusting. But it was good for the time being, at least. I paid $60 fucking for Chick-fil-A. What is my life? People have been asking me what my favorite specialist is so far in Black Ops 3, and honestly, I was using the gravity spikes for trolling. And then when you get further and further into using one specialist, you can start unlocking customization for your character, and I finally got Spades, which I thought was gonna be badass. But can anybody explain to me how my guy has this super badass armor, and then they put some like fire flame decals on him? Like this is a notebook from like my 6th grade science class. And then we're not even gonna talk about how I'm wearing like denim jeans from American Eagle, about to go into battle. Like I am a war machine, and I just have sticker decals out of a grocery store prize machine and denim jeans. But at least I have these death-defying gravity spikes. I want to show you something real quick though on infection. We're gonna load this map up. I gotta really make you guys look at something here. So we're just playing some Call of Duty. It's a beautiful snow map. The atmosphere is amazing. I just love the winter time. Christmas is over here. You're running, you're looking for some kills, you're peeking around, and then you take a second and you look up. Did anybody notice? Do you feel like you're in this room right now and everything else is just inverted? And we're in a nice little market that is literally on the walls. Like we could go up this staircase. We could run up the staircase like this. And you're just in another market trying to buy some oranges, maybe a little bit of bread. So then we just casually go out for a stroll to mid-map, you know, try to get on B-Dom looking for some more kills. And then we turn around and realize that we're in an entire city that I feel like I can just jump onto. So let me take my overlay and my webcam off. And for a second, I saw somebody do this on Twitter. It made me lose my mind. If I jump, I feel like I'm about to go land on that street. Look at this. Look at this. If I just look up, I feel like we're like, it looks like I'm standing on top of a entire town. Like I'm on top of a skyscraper just about to jump onto that street. It's actually insane. So the next time you're playing this map, check it out. It's absolutely incredible. So now for the first time in a long time, I've actually been in a pretty troll mood on Black Ops 3. I've just been using this shotgun. It just feels amazing, and I've been running around just destroying people with this thing. Like on certain maps, it's pretty hard to use, but if you get in the right position with this thing, it is lethal and you just run through kids. There's honestly something about just being able to run super fast like a reckless idiot and just destroy kids with this thing that makes me so happy. So then I also threw on this overdrive specialist that lets me run like super fast. and I just try to get to the enemy as fast as I can. But on a more serious note, I wanted to talk to you guys something that's pretty important to me. Like, I had this discussion with some people on my stream, and I felt like it'd be a good place to have it again on my YouTube channel.
Spotter killed.
And this stuff is gonna sound really deep, and I don't mean to sound like I'm being corny, but like stuff that you experience through life, if you can hear about it from other people, it'll make you more prepared for when you deal with that situation yourself later on. So I honestly think people underestimate like how quickly things happen and how fast like life can actually change, like, because it goes by in an instant, and you'll have no idea. Like, one day, like me, you're working at McDonald's. I was working 30 hours a week at McDonald's, and I was going to college full time, and like literally 4 or 5 months later, I moved out into my own apartment, and I was playing Call of Duty professionally for a living. And trust me, guys, I know that I got extremely lucky. Throughout this entire situation that I've been in, I've been extremely lucky. I got really good timing to be able to make a living from playing video games, and not everybody is going to be able to do that. But really, the point that I'm trying to make is that everything can change so suddenly, and you never really will see it coming. But so no matter what, if you're upset with the situation you're in, or you're not where you want to be in life, you need to understand that anything can change in the blink of an eye. So like I was saying, I have an older brother. He's about 2 years older than me. And lately, I know for a fact he's been frustrated with his situation, right? So he graduated from college with a bachelor's degree, and he's been looking for a job ever since. He's been going back and forth from like part-time job to part-time job, just waiting for a full-time position. And right now, that's like a really big dilemma in like the United States, is that all these kids graduate college, and then it's impossible for them to find a job. So they're sitting here with all this student debt, just struggling to get by, and there's really like nothing they can do about it at all. And I don't mean to put my brother's business out there, because there's nothing wrong with looking for a job. It's not like he was just sitting around being a bum. But my brother, when my mom passed away, he took it really hard. And school was like a really big struggle for him, and that just made me feel terrible, because like I'm out here making a living from playing video games, and I'm not going to school, and I don't necessarily have a real job, and I just felt so awful that he's in college, he's going through all this. It's so hard for him to deal with my mom passing away, and there's just so many external factors that is just making his life so much harder. And I just wanted to help him in any way I could. Now, I didn't necessarily get to help him in like some ridiculous way, but I really wanted to like tell him and make him understand that from the experiences that I've had with everything that I've done, things changed so quickly. And for somebody, like, if you're in school or you're working like a dead-end job, or just things are a lot harder for you to get by throughout the day, you need to understand that things can change so quickly. Everything is temporary. Like, if you have your health, you're living well, you've got good friends, you've got family around you who support you no matter what, as long as you have those things, then you're ahead of so many other people in life, and there's really no reason to dwell on things you're going through, because things aren't always going to be bad. Like, it's not always going to be awful. So like I was saying, it was awful just to see my brother going through like this hardships. He finally got his bachelor's degree. He started looking for a job. It's been like a year since he's gotten out of school, and I just wanted him to find some sort of success and finally get a job after school, because I know that he's been stressing about it. And in turn, like, even though I'm not living in Chicago anymore, and even though I don't talk to my brother every single day, like, I was still thinking about him and just hoping like things would turn around for him, so that he could really not worry as much about the situation that he's in. And that is why this morning has been one of the best mornings, and why I'm in such a good mood, because I woke up and I got a text from my brother, and I like, honestly, like, I could not explain to you guys how happy I was to find out that my brother actually just got accepted as a full-time deputy. He went to school for criminal justice, and I know like the stigma in the United States about cops these days, and people hate cops, but my brother is one of like the nicest guys and one of my biggest role models in my life. And like, if I could explain to you guys how incredibly excited I was for him to finally find out that he got a job, and that he's got a salary now, he's gonna have his own money, his own future, He's not going to be stressing as much about the situation that he's in. Like, that feeling, like, I wish I could have shared it with you guys, because I wish I was there with him right now. Like, I wish I was in Chicago and just being able to, like, share that experience and that good news with him. It's, like, so unexplainable. So really, like, the point that I'm trying to make is that although, like, shit that you're going through must seem awful at the time, like, you might be going through it for, like, 3 months. You might be going through it for a week. You might be going through some awful times for, like, an entire year. You might be going through it for, like, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Either way, things are gonna change. Life is all about highs and lows and dealing with, like, problems as they arise throughout your life. But I'm telling you, like, the issues that you're having now and the pain that you're going through is only temporary. Like, 3 years from now, when everything turns up and everything gets better and you're not going through the shit that you're going through now, it's not even gonna seem relevant. Like, everything is just so amplified because you're going through it in the present. And that's what I've learned about my life. The problems that my mom was having and when she passed away and all those difficult times, like, they were so awful, and it was the only thing that I could think about when I was younger, and it consumed my entire life. But here I am, like, 3 years later, and that pain that I went through, like, it's still with me today, but it's so much better and so much easier to handle. And I know that's, like, tough to hear from somebody, and sometimes you won't believe it, and I hope the things that I'm saying are making sense, because, like, I feel like even though I'm 23 years old, I've experienced a lot in my lifetime, and I've learned from those highs and lows that everything evens out at some point. So even though, like, pain and the shit and the anguish that you're going through might seem like the worst possible thing that is imaginable and it's just terrible, it's going to change. You're not going to be dealing with that forever. So all I'm trying to tell you guys, like, I'm not trying to lecture, I'm not trying to preach, I'm not trying to tell you guys, like, what life is all about, because, like, you guys need to experience these things for yourself. So all I'm trying to get at, and the one thing that I'm trying to instill from anything that you take away from this video, is that everything is about perspective. So even though hardships and anguish, you might be going through it right now, or you might be going through it at one point, or you might have gone through it in the past, things will get better. Everything just seems so much worse because you're experiencing it now, but a year from now, you're not even gonna think about the thoughts that you're having right now. So that's what I tell myself if I'm ever having a bad day, or if I'm in a shitty mood, or anything is just not going my way. It's all about perspective. It's all about understanding that life has highs and lows, and not everything is always going to be perfect, but things even out. You're not just going to have that terrible thought and those terrible days every single day. So I hope those things made sense. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's really just what I wanted to talk about, what was going through my head today. You know, congratulations to my brother, man. You don't watch my videos, but if you ever do, I'm so incredibly happy that you were able to get that job, and, you know, just the stress and the pressure of, you know, getting your life on track is out of the window now. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this stuff that I was talking about made sense. Hope you guys enjoyed the shotgun gameplay. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and YouTube, we'll see you fudging later. Goodbye.